the Chicago mush until they reach firmer ground, and then filled with concrete. It is use of these caissons and this steel frame construction that allows Chicago to be home to so many tall buildings. Now I want you to look ahead and to your left at the building with the curved facade and the domed structure on top. This is another tall steel framed building. This is London House, Chicago, completed in 1923 and designed by Alfred Alschuler. This building introduces us for something. Now what I find interesting about this building is now it is a hotel, but originally it was designed as the headquarters of the London Guarantee and Accident Company, which was an insurance company that insured the boats and the goods on this river. And what I think is interesting is you have an insurance company that insures the boats on this river built on the same site as Fort Dearborn, which was also here to protect the goods floating on Chicago's river. As we come out from under this bridge, if you look directly to your left, just above the door of London House, you can see it says London Guarantee and Accident Building, just in case you didn't see that. As compared to the Beaux-Arts buildings we just looked at, there's not a lot of decoration on the outside. This is still a metal frame building, but with modernist architecture, the metal frame has moved from the inside of the building to the outside of the building, and the building's structure has become its decoration. This is AMA Plaza. It was completed in 1971 and designed by Mies van der Rohe. Mies van der Rohe is known as the father of modernist architecture. He developed a whole philosophy around architecture called less is more. His whole philosophy of architecture was there should be not a lot of external decoration on the building, and you can see that less is more philosophy very clearly in AMA Plaza. We don't have any external decoration. All you have is the structure of the building. So remember this modernist architecture. We're going to see more of that on this building that's built in 2 levels. This is the LaSalle Wacker building, completed in 1930 and designed by Halliburton Root and Rivorian Wentworth. This building introduces us to the Art Deco style of architecture. Art Deco buildings like to really take advantage of that internal metal frame and build as tall as they could. Everything about Art Deco architecture is emphasizing the height. These are decorated buildings. Notice the dark plaques under the glass, under the bridge houses. It's okay if you didn't, but look at that building with the 2 spires on its top corners, and just under the spires are decorative bridge houses. If you don't believe me that they're bridge houses, look between the decorative bridge houses and you'll see a decorative bridge. So what's going on with that building? That building is another post-modernist building, a building that likes to add lots of decorations. Those decorations at the top, the decorative bridge houses and the decorative bridge, are what is called contextualism, where the design reflects the fact that the river curves at this point. An interesting fact about this green curved building is, well, how many of you have seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off? This is where Ferris Bueller's father was supposed to work. So now you can watch the movie again and say, I know that building. Now this is the first of 2 important Ferrises that we are going to talk about on this cruise. So remember that name, Ferris. We are in, or we're just about to enter Chicago's, the confluence of the Chicago River. And before we head up the North Branch, I want you to look directly ahead at the building right in front of us. It's got an upside down arch on the top and a right side up arch on the bottom. This is River Point, completed in 2017 and designed by Picard Chilton. So look, I'm a private one. So feel free to come walk down here and wave at the cruise ships, or perhaps buy one of these lovely townhomes and wave to us from your own garden. We would love to have you here. Okay, take a look over to your left. Into the Chicago River went all the garbage from the meatpacking plants, from the factories that lined the river, and even the waste from people's homes. You can imagine what a mess this river was. And this river, with all of its mess, flowed right into Lake Michigan, right by the drinking water intake tubes. This resulted in Chicagoans dying from water-based illnesses like cholera at really high rates. And Chicago leaders demand which was great for the boats and the ships going in and out of the river, but not so great for people on land, whose travel got interrupted by these bridges being lifted and lowered, just whenever the boats wanted them to. Now, in 2026, the bridges are lifted on a very controlled schedule, but Chicagoans continue to complain. Now, most of Chicago's movable bridges are what's called fast-fill trunnion. She's an Art Deco sculpture, not a whole lot of decoration, but very trim. She doesn't even have any arms or a face. She's a quite beautiful goddess. That's how you did bar hopping in the early 1800s. Now continuing to look up ahead, you're going to see a large stone building. This is another beautiful Art Deco building. It's got a green pyramid on the top of it, a smaller green pyramid on the top of it. This is the Mart. It was completed in 1930. I also want to point out those heads along the river there. Those are a gallery of retail giants, according to the person that owned the Mart in the 1940s. So you have people like Marshall Fields and Mr. Filene underneath from Boston, featured in that series of